24th of June 2025, Crazy Market Talk with Kel. Be crazy with Crazy. All right, guys, I'm still in China and I'm still very sorry that we can't do the Zoom live right now, but still my best to give you market outlook. And remember, disclaimer apply as usual because the market is very volatile right now. And most important thing is this, guys. After that, we'll do the power of OP rule in the second session. All right, so don't give a miss. Okay, let's go into the market right now. Okay, morning guys for you today. Gold market. This is going to be very, very interesting. I'm going to put our trading into a test. Now, why do I say that? Because you can see something very unusual have happened. Well, we have the market still going down. That's understandable. And we have the KSI that's staying green all the way. Now, despite this morning, we have gold coming down quite a fair bit. Now, reason why gold came off, there's a few reasons. The fundamental is because apparently there's a ceasefire timeline given by Donald Trump between Iran and Israel. So apparently Donald Trump seems to have done it, that he can actually turn around and make this war end, the day 12, the 12-day war. But I got a very funny feeling that it's not going to end so soon. So let's see how it goes from there. The thing is this right now, there's something that I need to share with you is the elephant trade here itself. Yesterday, I received a message from a friend of mine, which is one of the students here, asking me what do I think about the gold market? Is the elephant trade going to happen? Now, let's take a look at this chart here. So, elephant trade basically means that the price is going down, lowering high, while the KSI is green. Correct? Okay. Now the thing is this, yesterday we had the market breaking above it. Now it didn't break from the top, it actually came down from the top. The gold gap up on Monday because of the fire, the three missile fired at this Iran. So basically, it's all right. It's a lowering and then the breakout, and then the market opens. But what happened is that the market goes back into the trend. So which means that the market goes right back into the elephant trade. So I remember telling you at 3374 was the level to watch out for, right? So because of that, you can see the market closed below 3374. So that means that the elephant trade was triggered, but there couldn't be a buy because the market stays below 3374. So the question will be, how about today? What will be the thing? Well, you can see very clearly that we're going to have the 3374 again on the screen. So only if the gold can go past 3374, then we can see a possible recovery. And if that happens again, that will be interesting because that will bring the market all the way up to 3454, which is the KCB, and also that will tell you that how powerful is our system is. So watch out for this. The market has to stay above 3374 for the upside to go to 3454. Now, one thing to note, there's a double stack MA, which is the MA30. Okay, MA30, sorry, single stack, sorry, it's MA30 at 3353, which is the market now is trying to test again. So if the market can stay above 3353, that's a very good starting point for recovery on the gold market itself. All right, so we must wait for it to see whether it does that. Now, if gold continue to fall because let's say going to be better things coming out from the Iran and Israel thingy, then 3323 will be the next KCB that the market will be going for. Now, if you look at it itself, right, you can see every time when the market move up, right, 1, 2, 3, move up, right? Do you see that there is a yellow candle, which is something similar like this? Okay, I clean up the chart a little bit, sorry. Okay, I make this into this. Okay, you can see that there is this particular movement, okay, right? And then after that, you have your KCB, right? And your KCB, yeah. And then what happened? You can see that the market will have one particular candle that goes very, very near to the KCB level, but just happened to miss it. And then that is where the market will break up and then they'll go higher. So I suspect that this might be happening if the market can stay above the 3353 mark, and then it may actually goes up to somewhere around here, about 3380 level if the gold price really starts to move higher. Yeah. So I think that something similar might be happening if the market can stay above the 3353 mark. So the KSI, I'm a big believer here in my KSI. So as long as the KSI tells me what to do, I follow, right? Just like when the price is coming down here as well, many of you guys were telling me that, Kel, I think the indicator has come to an end because the market is coming down. Gold at the time the trading price was at somewhere at 3403. It came down to a low of 3293, down 100 points, 110 to be precise. And then after that, many people have gave up on gold. And then what you can see that gold did something incredible. Gold came down, stopped here, and then VOM went to new high. I mean, the new cycle high, yeah. So I strongly believe in my indicator. I think that this will likely be happening again as long as the KSI stays green. Okay. The condition is that the KSI have to stay green for this to happen. If not, there's no go for that, yeah. Okay. All right. So that is the gold market for today. So upside is done, downside is done. Let's look at the Dow Jones right now. Now, the Dow Jones also have a very, very interesting movement here. We have the Dow Jones basically going up for the fourth day in a row. But in a way, this is interesting because the KSI happened to be red at this moment. So why is the KSI red? Because based on our indicator, it means that the boys are selling. But how can it be selling when the market is going up so much, right? As you can see. But again, this is not the first time we saw it before. You can see that here is how the market collapsed down more than 1,000 points, remember? But the KSI retained green. Remember that? Oh my God. And then after that, market goes all the way up south, going back to where it started. All right, so again and again, this tells you a lot about my indicator. So you have to have some faith and belief to see whether it works or not, right? Need some drink for myself. So the thing is this, today, the opening price at 42,593 will be the very important decider. If the market can stay above 42,593, which is doing right now, then it will be going for the pivot one at 42,835. Okay, that will be the first target. The second target it will be going for is KCB at 42,910, which is somewhere here. So I am kind of suspect that this might be happening. Likely it will be going to test the two levels by European session. Then after that, if the market really, want to sell, then the market should be pulling back later on in the evening. So this is what I foresee for the Dow Jones later on. Let's see will my analysis be correct, yeah? Now, the next market I'll let you know is this oil market. Now, before I go to the oil market, the crazy oil market, let's take a look at some fundamentals, yeah? Okay, let me just bring it to you right now. Okay, so first of all, we can see that gold prices should be hitting $4,000 as US deficit may overshadow the Israel-Iran conflict, say Bank of America. So the thing is this, as I said, right, there's a very good chance that Donald Trump is using this war to push everybody attention away from the trade deficit to the current situation right now in Iran and Israel. So the thing is this, I feel that right, eventually there will be a good chance that the gold price will go up to my target of 3682. But to hit 4,000, I don't think so. I don't really think that there's a good chance to see 4,000 for gold in the near term. But nonetheless, at least they are looking for the upside, right? But interesting as well, right? You can see that everybody now looking at 3,005, 3,007. But yesterday, we saw the gold coming down. Everybody gets quiet. But of course, the thing is that they are expecting there'll be more continuous fight between Iran and Israel. So now there isn't. So that's why people are selling their gold, all right? But we can see that oil price basically came down, right, by 7% after Iran strike on US base in Qatar leave no reported casualty. Now the thing is this, Iran fires at US base in Qatar, okay, that's a fact. But the problem is that Iran, hours before that, have informed US about it and evacuate everybody before the firing came over. It's like so funny, right? You are firing missile that spend millions of dollars to a place where you warn your enemy what's going to happen. So I think that it's either that Iran trying to tell the whole world that tell the people that we fired, but or they didn't tell the world that I didn't tell their own people that there was a message to people. But I'm using sense is the internet world right now. So I just feel that something is just very wrong. It's just that trying to let the whole world know that they are good people or they are just good to the good side, but actually they may be playing something deeper. I don't know. I just found it very unique here itself. So all I can tell you is this, in my opinion, right? We had to watch out for this because now Germany and Italy pressed to bring back $245 billion of gold from US because they feel that right the whole thing is how US is getting a bit cranky here. It's better to bring the money back. And if you look at the bond market, we had the bond market going up initially. Okay, going up initially to about approximately 87.44. Then after that, you can see that it came back down to close at 86.77. So the bond market has been pretty sideways for the last 10 days. And the thing is this, I still feel that the bond market will be coming down, as you can see here as well. Let me just see the news in the market. I cannot see this being blocked. Okay, never mind. So the thing is the bond market price do come back down to 85. I think that will spook back the market. Let's just see how it happens over here itself. Now, one thing to note is the VIX side itself. Let's look at the VIX. The VIX is back down. Yeah. Oh, I know why. Because I'm using the Wi-Fi here itself. That's not. Cannot see this thing here. Okay, never mind. I will just move back to the charts first. Okay, so you can see that this is the oil yesterday market is really wow, incredible. First of all, it gap up to $78, right? That's where we booked some profits. And then the price just keep on coming down. I thought that it will hang somewhere around here, but it didn't. Continue fall, breaking all the KCB that's available in the market. Now, basically, right, Donald Trump came out a statement says that it will be very silly for people to be, pushing up crude oil at a higher level because that will play into the enemy hand. So of course, a lot of boys say that okay, Donald Trump is informing us. We have to be very careful. So everybody turns from buyer to a seller instead yesterday. So everybody dumps their oil, whether it's on profits or it's just because on fear factor, they did it. So the thing is this right now, this morning we saw the continuation of the oil market going down. Opening price at $68.84. The KCL at 68.36. So once it broke below it, the market sold down, right? And at the same time, it broke below the 2 MA, which is the MA 30 and MA 200 at $68 and 67.50 respectively. And of course, that basically bring the oil very, very near to the KCB at 64.85. But then again, that's where the real buying came in, and then the market recovered right now, basically recovered more than 2/3 of this downside. Well, basically from here itself, we can see that the market is trying to stay above the MA30. So that means that the downtrend is not over yet. And I think that this is going to be very crazy if this happens, yeah, guys. If anything is to happen and the market recover, and after that, the market, okay, if the market right, start to want to cover up this entire candle, it has to go up by 7% or more because you're in a lower level, to go up so if we're high, it should be about 9%. So imagine if the market go up by 9% in a few days' time or in a single day, that will really kill the market. But of course, the only way for that to happen is that someone from Iran basically gave us something, a big special present to people in US or somewhere there, so the people or the some places, then this oil price can shoot back up to where we started. Okay, so this is going to be a very crazy moment for all of us. We'll be very careful going forward. Yeah. Okay, the next market I'll show to you is Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has its fair share of coming down recently. Now, let me share something that I'm in China now sharing, and very important. So there was a diamond right here. It's a 4 diamond. Then that was where the Bitcoin went up, right, from the low end of 103,000, went a high of 108. All right, so up by $5,000 a single. That's a lot, right? But because you saw a 4 diamond here, what must you do? You must always draw a line at the closing price, right? And incredibly, the market opened straight away. The market sell all the way and then lowering down and of course hitting the low of 98,000 plus. Now this is actually absolutely crazy because we're talking about really when the market basically is all good to go, but the price action is telling you something different. So that's the reason why whenever you see the 4 diamond in the market or see a diamond in the market, please be careful. You must draw the white line and then know what to do. It's very crucial. Yeah. Okay, so that is the Bitcoin. So now Bitcoin is recovering right now because of the goodness in the market. So let's see whether how long can it continue. But very important thing is this: if the crude oil, if the Bitcoin do recover, it can go all the way back to here itself, and that's about 106. Okay, because that is where the KSI is, the previous high is, and this is where you are coming in out of the blue, right? So $106,000 for this Bitcoin if it stays up. Okay, so that will be for the main market. Let's look at the Forex market to wrap it up. For the pound market, let's take a look on pound. The pound has also did something similar, whereby pound went up. Okay, the pound went up, and the KSI stays great. So if the market do ever come down, it may come down to where we start. Okay, all right. So why is that doing so? Not too sure the fundamental, but I can tell you that the market just follow the OP rule. That is fine. So don't confuse yourself. Yeah, very important. Okay. All right, guys, that will be all for today, this morning market talk session. I will take a break now and come back to you with the revision. We're going to do the OP rule. All right. Thank you very much. Take care and have a great day. Bye bye.